learned that Bhagavan only accept our devotion when we perform with our Tanvitaja. So when Ramdas offered jalebi to Bhagavan and Bhagavan accepted it, so Ramdas bought that jalebi from outside. He didn't use his body to make that jalebi. Still, Bhagavan accepted it. So how, Raja, how can we understand that here in this story?
But he had purchased that jalebi with his own money. We are not growing the vegetables and fruits in our house. There's a different thing that we don't use the sweets and ready-made materials which are made in the market because of the thought of purity and impurity. We try to make it on our own, but he was not in a stable state, in a stable mental state. So he would have bought it for his own self, and as usual, as his habit, he used to speak that, please Govardhan Nathji, just accept this. So same way, with the same habit, he would have spoken the same words and Bhagavan accepted that.
Ji Raja, but he didn't use his own body, right, to make that jalebi.
So is that even we, for example, the male members of the family who go for their business or occupation and get money, they are not able to involve themselves as much as in the seva as the female members of the family do. Same is about the children also. If they are busy with their educational activities, even they can't, other than holidays, even they can't able to concentrate or give much time for seva. But whatever is happening, we have our ahanta and mamata connected with our whole family, not with a single person. So whatever is being done is considered for the whole family. That's a different thing, that any of the person of our family is not ready to be devotee of Bhagavan, or he is not ready to be a Vaishnava, or he doesn't have any attachment towards Bhagavan. That's a different thing. But being busy in other activities, all the members of the family, they try to manage the seva according to others' conveniency. For example, if someday any female member of the family is not available, the male member and the children would perform the seva. Same way, if a person is not available, the others would manage the thing. So the thing is that when the whole family is a Vaishnava family, then whatever we are doing, our ahanta and mamata is connected with all the members of the family. So it is considered as the seva performed by the whole family. But that's true that the main responsibility remains with the person who has a Brahmasambandha Diksha and who had initiated, for the first time, who had initiated the seva in the house. But whatever is being done is accepted as the seva done by the whole family. Means someone from our family would go to the market to purchase things, the second person would try to cook the food, the third one would try to earn the money, the fourth one would try to manage the house. So all these activities are done not by a single person, but by all the persons all together, as our ahanta and our mamata is connected.
That is understandable, Raja. But story of like Ramdas, but Ramdas he bought that jalebi, right, from the store. So that person who is making the jalebi, he is not related to Ramdas, right? So Ramdas.
But same way, when I am going to the market for purchasing fruit, Is that person related to me? Is the farmer related to me who was growing the vegetables or the fruits? I purchased it, I am using it, and when I purchased, that material is of my ownership, and now I am using that in the seva of Thakur.
Okay, Ji Raja.
To the best of our capacity, we must try to do everything with our own body and our own money. But for example, in some materials, if we are not able to manage that activity with our own body, but we are purchasing that, and in that condition, if the material is of our ownership, because I purchased it with my own money, so the material is of my ownership, so we can use that and we can offer that to Bhagavan. But that's true that to the best of our capacity, everything must be done with our own body also.
Can I ask you, Raja, something related to what Gauri has asked?
Yes.
Okay, so like I have heard, from one of our Vaishnav family that like nowadays in India, when people like during the Ankut, they buy like ready-made samagris from like one of the Mukhyaji who makes and offer to the Thakurji. So how, when I heard this, I was not sure whether they bought it with their own money, but they just they buy like, they have someone who makes the samagri for all the Vaishnavas, and they just buy it from there and they offer the samagri to their Thakurji during the like big utsav, like, Goswamiji's utsav or Ankut or any other utsav. So how, that is kind of acceptable with our seva?
See, these are all the personalized condition. The problem is that the person who is not able to, for example, they are old, they are not able to make everything with their own body. For example, we are hiring a cook at our place. Same way, they are purchasing the food which is made by any Mukhyaji outside, and they are purchasing it for the seva of Shri Thakurji. Only problem here is about the mentality. For example, the person who is purchasing the food, the Annakut food, for offering it to Bhagavan, if he has the mentality that this day must not go empty, I must offer these many items to Bhagavan, but as I am not able to do everything with my own body, I would hire a person who can make these things for me, and then I will offer it to Bhagavan. So this is the mentality. Now the problem is, that's true that if you are pure minded, if you are not cheating anyone, and because of the lack of capability in your body, you are not able to offer many things to Bhagavan, then Bhagavan is not disappointed. He would accept whatever you can do to the best of your capacity. But it must be of your ownership. Now, in this case, there is possibility for both the things, because the person who doesn't have any capability to make these things in his house, and if he is trying to purchase that, checking the purity, the problem is that the other person is not making it with a pure mind. It is his occupation. Whatever he is doing, he is doing it for earning money. So this is not a very good option, but we cannot say that whatever is being done is wrong. For example, if my body won't work someday, I would hire a cook at my place, at my house. I will say that make all the food items at my place. I will perform all the other seva. I will just offer that food to Shri Thakurji, but I don't have the capacity to prepare the food on my own. So there is nothing wrong about this. So same way, if we are finding such arrangement outside the house, and because of the lack of capability in our body, lack of capacity in our body to prepare everything, For the best option is to leave the agra of offering these many items to Bhagwan. You can offer anything which you know. As my father says that if you don't have the capacity to perform Ankud, then just boil the milk, add kesar and sugar into it and just offer it to Shri Thakurji. Don't do anything which is harmful to your body or which creates the mess in the house. Means mentally we get tired, much tired, that these many items we try to offer everything, but mentally we don't remain fresh in the seva. So it is his acceptance that this can be done. We don't mind that you prepare 10 or 20 or 30, 40 items for offering it to Shri Thakurji. This is the acceptance. This is the best thing, because whatever is being done with our own body, with our own money. But as we are purchasing things from the market, we are hiring a cook in our house, same way we can hire a person who can prepare the food and we can perform all the other seva if we are lacking the capacity in our body. This is not the wrong thing, what I want to say is, but this is not even appreciable.
Yes, Raja, I understood. So I mean, both sides you have to look at the intention also. Sometimes, if you don't, sometimes like you don't want to do it by yourself. That's why you are buying from outside, or sometimes like you don't know how to make certain things and you are buying from outside. So all those things are also involved. We have to look at the intention of the intention of the someone who is doing the seva and why he is doing this.
Yeah. If you are doing it for your comfort, you are not ready to use your body for doing that, then you are 110% wrong. We must not do this for our comfort. Means why to do these many things? I will get the ready-made things from the market. This is a wrong thing. But if you are not able to use your body, you don't have the capacity to do so, and you are ready to perform all the other seva, just other than cooking, then you can hire a person at your own place. Same way they are purchasing food from outside.
જી રાજા, હવે ક્લિયર થયું અને સમજાયું ડિટેલમાં. થેન્ક યુ.
But be very sure that this must not be done for our comfort. The tendency of purchasing everything from outside ready-made and we are not ready to do anything with our own body for Shri Thakurji, then this is wrong. There is something in your mind. You are doing this. You are not doing this for your own self. This is what we can understand with such behaviors. It depends upon the intention of the person. Case to case, it varies.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, what does it mean to be to be pure? Like, does it mean not to be greedy and to be selfless?
See, for here, in the topic of initiation, to be pure, it means that mentally our intention must be very clear that whatever we are doing is for achieving Sri Krishna. We want to be a selfless devotee of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and therefore I am getting initiated myself into this sampradaya. This is what for here we mean purity. But all the other characters are also necessary in a devotee, like not being greedy, being helpful to others, and all the good characters or characteristics which we try to find in a good human being, all those are also needed in a Vaishnava, for which the major title is given is a devotee must be sattvic. He must be of a sattvic nature. Because being a devotee, if I am doing everything very nice in the devotion of Shri Thakurji, but I am troubling my family members, I am creating trouble for my neighbors, I don't have good behavior towards the people in the living in the society, then you are not a good person. So if you are not a good person in the society in which you are living, then how can you be a good devotee? Even Bhagavan doesn't like these type of behaviors. As what had happened in the story of Ramanand Pandit, the same was the problem. He didn't had created any mess in seva. He was doing everything perfectly. He just had a bad thought towards the other devotees of Sri Thakurji, the people who are accompanying Sri Mahaprabhuji. He just spoke to his wife that take all the, what do you call, to the things which are made from cow dung for burning. I don't know the exact word for that. In Gujarati we call it chhana. So he told his wife that carry all the things which are out, otherwise the people who are accompanying Sri Mahaprabhuji, they would burn the whole material for hot water to bath in the morning. So Mahaprabhuji was angry with these words. He said that if you are not able to respect the other devotees of Bhagavan, the people who are accompanying me, who are also Vaishnava, then how can you have a good faith towards Bhagavan? So Mahaprabhuji was very angry with this behavior, because for us, a Vaishnava, our Guru and Bhagavan, they three of them are of the same caliber, three of them are on the same stage. So everyone must be respected with the same mentality. For each and every Vaishnava, because he is also devotee of Sri Krishna, he is also blessed by Sri Krishna. So if we are doing anything wrong with any of the Vaishnava, then Bhagavan won't like that. Because the person you have hurt, he is his devotee. He is the devotee of Bhagavan. So we must have the same sentiment for all the Vaishnavas also.
So so when we look at the Ramanand Pandit story, Bhagwan did, so if Bhagwan didn't like what he said to the other Vaishnavas, then why did he accept the jalebi from him?
He was punished by Sri Mahaprabhuji already. Mahaprabhuji gave the harsh punishment from this very day, I won't enter your village and I won't even take a drop of water from your village. This was the harsh punishment which was given to him. But after all, whatever he had done a mistake. And he was a Pushti being, and Bhagavan felt that some or the other day he would be free from the sin he had done, as he has received the punishment, and after some days he would be accepted again by Sri Mahaprabhuji also, and again in the path of Pushti also. So Bhagavan, as he had attained the punishment, we cannot punish a person for the whole life for a single sin he had done. We can forgive a person, same way Bhagavan also forgives. But he was distracted from the path of Pushti for 10 births. This is a very long time. Okay. This was the punishment they received for disrespecting other Vaishnava. Here, I don't want to say, or Varta doesn't want to say, that Bhagavan and Mahaprabhuji were contradicting each other in the case of Ramanand Pandit. But the only thing which Bhagavan wanted to say was that after all, he is a Pushti being and we have to forgive him. When the punishment would be over, again he would be accepted by Mahaprabhuji also. That was the only intention. But he was punished for the sin he committed in spite of being a Pushti being. That is what I wanted to say was that being a Pushti being, having a Brahmasavan, having initiated with the Brahmasavan Diksha, it doesn't mean that nothing has to happen now. We are pure and we will attain Bhagavan without any interruption. It is not so. It depends upon our stability and our commitment towards the duties which we have to follow after being initiated. If we are creating a mess, if we are making any mistake, then you have to pay. In spite of being a Pushti being, you have to pay. And what will be the punishment? The only punishment, the severe most punishment for a devotee is to be away from Bhagavan. What else it can be?
Okay, understand.
But if you are chosen by Bhagavan as a Pushti being, then it would never happen that Bhagavan just rusticate you out from the path of Pushti. We can distract for some time, we can be interrupted for some time, we can be banned for some time, but when we realize our mistake, when we are punished, after that, again, only if you are a Pushti being, you can be accepted in the path of Pushti. But the only problem about us is that in the case of Ramanand Pandit, even Mahaprabhuji was aware that he is chosen by Bhagavan as a Pushti being. Bhagavan was aware that he is chosen as a Pushti being. But in our case, no one of us can confess that we are chosen by Bhagavan as a Pushti being. So whatever we are doing on the basis of assumption only, that as I am having my interest towards the devotion of Bhagavan, probably I am a Pushti being. That's the problem with us. So we have to be very careful about whatever we are doing. Possibly, for example, if we are not chosen as a Pushti being, then it would be a good chance in the hands of Bhagavan to rusticate us from the path of Pushti. You understood?
Yeah, I understand.
Fine. Anything else? Yes.
So you just explained that Ramanand Pandit made a mistake, and that's why Sri Thakurji punished him for 10 years. So if something happens like that, did you totally behave like a Pravahi Jeev, and or he can still be a Pushti Jeev, but just doesn't get like salvation?
Both are the chances. It depends upon how prabal our sanskar are. If we have a very strong sanskar of being a Pushti being, and we have been a devotee for many years, and we have done the devotion towards Bhagavan very nicely and carefully, and it is possible that we have the hidden sanskar in our mind of being a Pushti being, and it is quite possible that we forget everything and behave like a Pravahi or Maryadaji. As happened in the story of Jad Bharat, the king Bharat was a very great devotee of Bhagavan. He left his house, his kingdom, his wealth, and everything for the sake of Bhagavan, for attaining Bhagavan. And even in the last moments when he got attached to the child of a deer, he didn't had any intention to be attached with him. He was just trying to protect the child in the jungle when he lost his mother. But on the deathbed, he was just worried about the child of the deer, that what will happen to him after I die. So in spite of being such a great devotee, he was not able to attain salvation in that birth. In the next birth, he was born in the body of a deer. At that time, because of his devotion in the last birth, he was blessed by Bhagavan, that he remembered that I had committed this mistake in the last birth. So he remained very free from all the type of attachments, and in spite of being in the body of a deer, he attained salvation in that birth. So it depends upon how blessed we are, what Bhagavan wants from us, and what type of mistake we committed, and how strong our sanskar are of being a devotee of Bhagavan. Everything depends upon a personal case. For now, we cannot say that everyone will remember. We can't say that everyone will forget. But it depends upon the intensity of our devotion, how strong it was before. We find some children, there are many people from the non-Vaishnava family, that in very childhood, at the age of very small age, they have the feeling of devotion towards Bhagavan. We feel that from where they got these things, from where they understood these things, who taught them these things if their parents are not Vaishnava. But that had to be the intensity of devotion in their previous birth, and they are indeed blessed that Bhagavan is making them do this. Bhagavan has made them remember all these things. Personally, I have been with contact with many such children who made their parents start perform seva, they got initiated first and their parents got initiated later on. So in such cases, we have to accept that it has to be the intensity of devotion, very strong intensity in their previous birth, and therefore they are able to have some sanskar in their mind in this birth also. Otherwise, they didn't get any environment. And same has to happen with the Vaishnava family also. The children from Vaishnava family, the new generation from the Vaishnava family is not ready to become a Vaishnava, in spite of getting the environment for the whole life or since 2-3 generations.
Ji Raja.
It was a great session today. I'm very happy that you people discussed very nicely. We are done with the time. We will continue tomorrow.
Ji,